Ang COVID-19 ay panibagong kontrabida sa buhay nating mga Pilipino.
Habang unti-unti tayong bumabangon muli, patuloy ang laban natin dito.
Para matalo natin ang kontrabida, we can be the solution.
Kaya mong maging bida, basta susundin ito.
B. Bawal walang mask.
I. Sanitize sa mga kamay. Iwas hawak sa mga bagay.
D. Dumistansya ng 1 metro.
A. Alamin ang totoong impormasyon tungkol sa COVID-19.
Protektahan natin ang sarili at mga mahal sa buhay.
Be the solution sa COVID-19.
Of all the tough decisions you have to make today, your family's health doesn't have to be one of them. Not when you have the choice to go organic and live full, natural, and holistic lives. So start your day right. Load up on antioxidants. Choose only organic superfoods. And keep the momentum going. We're making it easy for you. Live organic, choose organic. It's easier than you think. Mahalagang paalala, ang Organic Acai Premium Blended Freeze-Dried Capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Organic acai has very high levels of antioxidants and essential nutrients that help keep your immune system strong. Organic acai premium blend and freeze-dried capsules daily to help increase your resistance against harmful viruses. Keep yourself and your family healthy and protected with Organique.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Organic Acai Premium Blended Freeze-Dried Capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Previously
So it's
on Wellness
very
Wednesdays.
important to start familiarizing yourself
Malaki
with
din kinalaman ng pagkain.
request for thyroid panel sa blood test, Doc, no? Because now, the causes of hyperthyroidism, no?
Wellness Wednesdays with Organique. We care because you matter.
In support to DOH Bida Solution campaign.
Hi everyone! How is your Wednesday going? My name is Luisa Salimbangon. I'm going to be your host for today. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day and a wonderful midweek. Before we start, I'm encouraging you all to join our Facebook game at Organique Acai. Share with us your Organique Acai story for a chance to win exclusive Organique gift packs, as well as a chance to get your story featured here on our Wellness Wednesdays. So what are you waiting for? Write down your story in the comments below right now, and maybe you can be one of our lucky winners. So who here likes eating vegetables? Because if you like eating vegetables, then comment down below and subscribe. No, I'm kidding. It's not a YouTube. But definitely watch our live streams because right now this episode is about plant-based diets. Now, for myself, I am not a big vegetable eater whatsoever. I love meat. I love processed meats most especially, which is probably the unhealthiest of types. I love bacon, hot dogs, whatever. But I know it's not the healthiest thing for us at all. When I was in college, I tried to go vegetarian once because I was like, oh, I should probably try to be healthy and really focus on my nutrition now that I'm an adult or a young adult. But then as I was trying to do it, I couldn't really get it right because being vegetarian or being plant-based doesn't mean that you're getting all the nutrients from it. So how do we do a plant-based diet and follow it properly while making sure that we have all of the nutrients and keeping ourselves healthy and living that whole foods and plant-based lifestyle? So first of all, segueing into our introduction, we need the right people to show us how it's done. This episode wouldn't be possible if it weren't for a resource person to discuss the nitty-gritty of all of that science. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guest. He is a lifestyle medicine coach, doctor of naturopathic medicine, lifestyle medicine for children and adolescents. Let's please give a big round of applause for Dr. Harris Acero. Hi, Doc. Oh, your mic's on mute. Hello? Oh, yeah, now I can hear you. Perfect.
All right.
Hi, how
Good
are
afternoon.
you?
I'm good. Good afternoon to all our viewers and also to the regular supporters and viewers of your Wellness Wednesday and, of course, Wellness Wednesdays. And it's a privilege for me to be here and to share my knowledge when it comes to plant-based and also when it comes to lifestyle management at the same time.
Right. So, Doc, could you give us a bit of your background?
Okay. Basically, I had my pre-med. I'm a registered medical technologist. And then after that, I had my PhD when it comes to naturopathy. That's in Colombo, Sri Lanka. And then I had a lot of trainings when it comes to lifestyle management for adolescents. That's in Harvard, and also for children. And then I just passed my diplomate of board exam for lifestyle medicine, International Board of Lifestyle Medicine,
Oh,
just this
congrats.
February. Thank you. So right now I'm doing lifestyle medicine coaching. So for those who want to change their diet, for those who want to change their lifestyle, for those who want to manage their health problems in a
Mhm.
natural way, basically by changing your lifestyle, because nowadays we have this, this pandemic is just one of those pandemics happening all over the world. So basically
Right.
what we have now is the pandemic of unhealthy lifestyle, which is really
Mm,
very, very important for us to take note and also to address at the same time as we address also the COVID-19. And also we deal with losing weight for those who are obese, and also for those who have diabetes, for those who have hypertension. So basically, there's a lot of researches already, and there's a lot of study that we can really reverse these chronic health problems through lifestyle management. But of course, it's not easy. That's why we are here to coach them and to teach them and also to educate them. And you know what, Miss I forgot because Miss
Luisa.
Unisa, yeah, it's in my screen. uh, we're very much blessed, that despite of this pandemic, these trying times, we have this access, this gateway for us, especially for Filipinos to be educated, that we have this, information for us to be equipped as we fight this pandemic. Because when we talk about this plant-based, when we talk about diet, when we talk lifestyle management, it's not only about our digestive system, but as a whole, it's our health.
Yeah.
And of course, it involves our immune system that is really very important for us to fight the COVID-19, this pandemic.
Yes, exactly, Doc. And I think for a lot of people, this is their turning point into a healthier lifestyle. Just those kinds of realizations that um,
Hmm.
illnesses and diseases are prevalent in our society, right? And
Hmm.
it's not just about not getting sick. It's about maintaining that healthy lifestyle, so you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable to that. So,
Yes.
can you tell us more about a plant-based diet? First of all, what is it, and how is it relevant to this pandemic?
All right. So a while ago, I already asked you if you have or if you experienced the plant-based diet.
Yeah.
But well, I also heard that you love eating meat, especially those processed,
Yeah.
animal meat, your hot dogs. Even I myself, actually, I cannot really deny the fact that I'm also fond of that, especially with the skinless chicken longanisa.
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
really eating pork and beef, but I'm also fond of eating poultry products. So
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about plant-based diet, basically, it's not really being vegetarian. So it's really just more on the plants. Okay, we're eating
Mm-hmm.
more on the plants. So basically, when it comes to the plants, it's not only about the fruits and the vegetables, but also it includes our root crops, the tubers, like yung mga kamote, kamoteng kahoy, gabi, potatoes, and
Yeah.
also even the nuts, the seeds, the oils, yung mga legumes natin, yung mga beans natin. Now that's our things that we can still eat when it comes to plant-based. And also, again, that's what I've said. It's different from vegetarianism and it's different from being vegan. Because when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to vegetarianism, actually, is we get rid as much as possible of this meat. But with a plant-based, we can have at least, we can still have animal products, but it's just about 5% of the total meal that we have.
Right.
5%. But when it comes to vegetarian, they can still eat, some of these eggs or dairy products. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to vegan, completely they avoid this kind of food. So they don't
Right.
really these poultry products, even the meat, even these dairy products or the eggs, the dairy products. They really get rid of this, and that's for the veganism. So for the
Mm-hmm.
plant based, it's a little bit more complacent, no, but not really. It
Okay, I
depends
see.
on how convicted you are. But then basically, when we talk about plant based, you want to eat more of the whole plant or the plant based. It's more on the fruits, it's more on the vegetables, it's more on the root crops, it's more on the spices that we have. So that's a difference between being vegetarian and being vegan and being having this plant based diet.
Right. Okay. So here on our slide, we have pescatarians, which is they're allowed to eat seafood and
Yes,
whatnot.
yes.
So that could be a variation of plant-based diet,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yes, they can also have this kind of diet, the pescatarians. Then it's just that they have these seafoods also and a bit of the dairy products. But again, when you do the plant-based diet, it really depends on your conviction. Again, if you really want to get rid of all of these meat products or the dairy products, it also depends on the purpose why you want to be or why you want to have this plant-based diet. So we have a lot of variations when it comes to these plant-based diets. So we have the pescatarians, and even with the vegetarianism, we also have a lot of variation with this. So basically,
Right.
now we'll be seeing some of these examples of this vegetarianism.
Okay. So okay, here's one example. So you said vegetarianism, don't eat meat, don't eat poultry, seafood, but we can allow ourselves animal products. And same with veganism is it's another variation where
Mm-hmm.
we don't allow ourselves meat or any animal products whatsoever. Now, Doc, is there any, would you say that one is better than the other, one is healthier than the other? Like, how strict do I have to be when it comes to my health?
Well, actually, it depends. It depends on the conviction. It depends on saan ka mas comfortable, di ba?
Right.
Because at times when you really hinder people from eating those kind of food, kasi when we talk about vegetarianism, when we talk about diet, it's not only about the physical aspect, but we talk about the holistic one. So we
Right.
talk about the emotional aspect, we talk about the psychological aspect. So there would be times when people get used, of eating this kind of animal food, animal products, and then you let them stop on the spot. So there would be some emotional problems, there would be some
Mm,
psychological problems. So you cannot just imply to stop eating those kind of foods. So that would really depend on the people. That would really depend on an individual on how he wanted to have this kind of diet. Siyempre, there would be cases like health problems. So there are kind of health problems that it's really very good for them to be a vegetarian or maybe a
right.
vegan, especially if you want to get rid of the cancer cells, if you want to weaken the
Mm,
cancer cells. So it's really good for them to become a vegan. But there are also some like for athletes. So for athletes, they need to have more proteins, they need to have more calcium, and it's much easier for them to have a bit of meat products or dairy products or seafoods, so they can be pescatarians. So it really depends. So you cannot just really say that which one is better because magkakaroon tayo ng argument with this and we don't want to have this
right.
kind of argument. But it really depends to you kung saan ka mas comfortable, kung saan mas ma-address yung mga concerns mo, then so be it. So like with this, we have a varieties of vegetarianism or yung mga vegetarians natin. So we have the vegans, wherein completely it's all vegetables, even when it comes to the dairy products natin, when it comes to the eggs, when it comes to cheese. Well, actually, with the vegans, they can even have the cheese, but it's made of a plant. Parang
Right. Right.
plant-based pa rin cheese nila. And even with the mayo, so they also have the plant-based mayo and also for the milk. So
Hmm.
they can just have alternatives for this, but basically it's really totally vegetables.
Right.
But with the lacto-ovo vegetarians, they do not really eat the meat, the poultry natin, the fish, but they can eat these eggs and dairy products. So there's an instant source of the calcium and also for the protein. So that's for the lacto vegetarians. And for the lacto vegetarians, again, so eat no meat, but they consume dairy products. So there's a lot of dairy products that they can eat. And with the ovo vegetarians naman, they do not eat eggs. Partial
Mhm.
vegetarians naman, they can eat meat, avoid meat, but then avoid din nila yung mga fish. So parang combination na lang siya. They can have seafoods, but no meat. They can have seafoods but no chicken. So mga ganun na lang siya. So again, it depends on kung ano yung mas prefer nila. But again, to think of this, it's much better rather than being a carnivorous.
Right. Okay. So, oh, sorry, I thought you cut off there.
Yeah.
Doc, I just want to give a quick shout out to our viewers over here. We have so many comments. I'll just mention a few. Hi, Justiniano Marcos. Hello, Mary Joy Cordero Juanico. Thank you for watching, Angelo Tolentino. I see Roxanne Cabil Montero is a sharer. Hi po, Nika Abad. Oh, we have so many comments. Tin Galanero Gimoto. And there's still more coming in. So moving on to our next point is, so Doc, if there are so many variations, right? How do I even start the plant-based diet? I'm assuming some people come because of a lifestyle choice. For example, they were told, okay, you have cancer, you have to go vegan or something like that. But what in general are the benefits of a plant-based diet for anyone who doesn't really have any chronic illnesses? What is it for the rest of us?
Well, first of all, you don't need to be sick for you to have this kind of diet, this plant-based diet. So
right.
If you just want to prolong your life, if you just want to have a quality life when you grow old or when you, what do you call this, kapag nag-retire ka na from work, so if you want to enjoy your savings after you retire, so you can just go and have this plant-based diet. But basically, it should not be the reason you're sick or you have this kind of diseases for you to have a plant-based diet. So why plant-based diet? Because there's a lot of benefits that we can get from plant-based diet, especially nowadays that we have this pandemic. So it's really a good time for us to practice this plant-based diet. Maybe hindi naman agad-agad that you can be a plant-based, we will do and practice this plant-based diet, but then you can have it little by little, step by step, kasi mahirap pag nabigla po tayo. But when we talk about plant-based diet, we get all the nutrients that we need. We get the antioxidant that we need. We improve our digestive system. We improve our blood circulation, and then we provide all the nutrients needed as much as possible with these all fruits, with all these vegetables, with all these tubers or root crops. So much healthier siya. So again, this pandemic times, hindi natin kailangan na magkasakit. It's really difficult for us to be sick because we cannot just go in the hospital and be checked by the doctor kasi the risk of having infected with this COVID-19 is really much higher kapag nandun ka, and even with the laboratories and spending more money when it comes to your treatments and laboratory procedures. So plant-based diet is a way of preventing these health problems that we will be having in the future because of this unhealthy diet that we have. Can you still hear me?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So can we go into the specifics, for example, like bucket plants? Why not meats? Like what is with the plants that gives us all of these healthy benefits?
That's really nice. Okay. So you know what? This is one example that I always say to my patients. Miss Luisa, at sa ating mga viewers, I don't know if my phone, okay, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
it's all good here.
Kung makita nyo, yung mga baka at yung mga goat, ma-observe nyo yung teeth structure nila. Is it sharp or is it pointed or is it flat?
It's really like flat and grazers talaga, no?
Yes, and when it comes to like for yung mga lions, mga tigers natin, ano yung mga ngipin nila, yung mga sharks natin, ano yung ngipin nila? It's pointed.
Yes, very sharp.
Right, pointed. So if you will see the difference, for those animals, yung mga flat yung mga ngipin nila, what do they usually eat? Most of the food that they eat.
It's usually
they have grass.
Yeah,
grass. They have vegetables, they have shrubs, diba? They have herbs. But when it comes naman dun naman sa mga pointed, ang kinakain nila more are meat. Right? So sa mga meat. So now, let's have this comparison. Anong ngipin natin?
Flat.
It's more on flat, right?
Yes.
Di ba mga flat yung ngipin natin? I think we have these fangs or yung para sabi natin bangkil or yung ano natin.
Yung K9
diba?
teeth, no?
Yeah, we have just two. right? The left and right natin. So as you can see, parang ang katawan natin is really designed sa mga ganung mga klaseng pagkain. Because our digestive system is similar with them as compared with dun sa mga sharp yung mga ngipin nila. So that's why, again, to make it more simple, di mo naman kailangan ng science, di ba? Para ma-observe mo yung mga ngipin ng animals. Meron bang study pa ng ganun, di ba? So parang it's just a practical explanation na our body is designed to have these fruits, these vegetables, and less of those meat. Because our digestive system is long enough as compared naman dun sa mga animals. Diba? Kasi nga, mas shorter yung kanilang yung kanilang mga intestines. That's why sa atin, mas longer yung digestion process natin. And come to think of it, when you eat this kind of food, like yung mga animal products natin, it would take you longer to digest all those food. Most likely, it would take you about 24 hours, 3 days to digest. So, mas prolonged ang pag-stay niya sa ating digestive system. And pag nagpo-prolong dyan, mas matagal siya, that would cause different kind of health problems as compared to vegetables and fruits ang kinakain natin. So, why plants? Again, because design siya para sa atin. And that's how good God is. That's how intelligent God is. Diba? Kasi ginawa niya, binigay niya mga pagkain sa atin. And, there's a reason for us to go back to what is basic for us to eat. Kasi if you read the Bible naman, diba, Miss Luisa, people just started to eat meat during the flood, during the Noah's Ark, diba? Because they cannot eat vegetables because, they've been into that ship for how many days, so they don't have any access to plants and vegetables, to fruits. That's why nag-allow na kumain ng mga animals. Now, that's for those who are reading the Bible. So why plants? Again, because they are organic and also design siya para sa katawan din natin. And you know what? We get all the vitamins and minerals from them. Diba? It's not with the meat. Nakukuha ba natin yung enough ng mga vitamin C, vitamin A, mga antioxidants natin with the meat? No. Nakukuha natin yun sa mga plants. So that's the reason why na kailangan natin ng plants. More on the plants natin.
Thank you, Doc. And to our viewers, I'm sure you have plenty of questions there at home. I'm having some questions in my head now because I think Doc's opening my mind a bit. So please comment your questions and then we'll ask them at the end of this live stream. So, Doc, can you tell us the exact benefits, nutritional benefits we can get na ano din sa plants?
Yes. Well, actually, Miss Luisa, there's tons of benefits that we can get from the vegetables natin or sa mga plants natin. So first, it boosts our immune system. So as you can see in our slide, nakita mo dyan, it has the antioxidant needed. So vitamin A, vitamin C, and then the vitamin E that we get from the green leafy vegetables, from our nuts, from our vegetable oils. Diba? It's really very important to boost our immune system. So again, huwag tayong maging dependent doon sa mga medicines. Diba? Because when we get sick, right there and then, what comes into our mind is uminom ng mga pain reliever, uminom ng mga pangtanggal ng lagnat. The thing is because we had this kind of infection. But because the reason why is bumagsak yung immune system natin, it's not able to fight yung ating mga infection. So, with this kind of food, it can really boost our immune system and prevent different kind of infection. So, we even have the iron. Iron natin available sa ating mga nuts. And even yung vitamin D, diba? Available din yan. So, first is it boosts our immune system. Second, na benefit ng ating plant-based is it also reduces the inflammation. Because you know what? With all this, as you can see, with all those kind of vegetables, they are more on the dark-colored vegetables. Kasi pagka dark-colored vegetables, Miss Luisa, and to all our viewers, alam niyo po, mas marami po ang antioxidant that we can get from them. And antioxidants, sila po ang nag-neutralize ng mga free radicals. So for those na hindi po alam yung free radicals are those toxins that we get as the end product of our metabolism, or we get that from too much exposure from the sunlight, o kaya sa stress po natin, yung mahilig ma-stress, yung lagi na-stress, yung problematic, and even yung mga exposed sa mga paggamit o mahilig kumain ng mga processed food. Diba? So we get free radicals. And Miss Luisa, with that free radicals, you know what? It would damage our cells easily. Yes. And with the damaged cells, alam niyo po ba, mga ka-Wellness Wednesday, alam niyo po ba yung free radicals and that would make you old how do you put this one? Mas maaga kang tatanda.
Yes, you age faster.
You age faster, and malayo yung edad mo doon, malayo yung itsura mo doon sa edad mo, because yung mga cells na are being damaged because of those free radicals, and these free radicals are being neutralized by those antioxidants that we get from our dark colored vegetables natin. So importante yun para sa ating it reduces the inflammation. Yung ating mga antioxidants that would also reduce the inflammation. So saan yung mga inflammation natin? We have inflammation sa ating mga internal organs, like yung liver natin, yung bituka natin, yung ating kidneys natin. You know, we have a lot of inflammation now that's being caused by our free radicals. All right? So another benefit na nakukuha natin is, siyempre, gustong-gusto ng lahat yan. It maintains healthy weight. And it's good that I can see that Miss Luisa is, I'm sure, nasa healthy weight siya.
I'd like to think so. Thank you.
But for some of the viewers natin who are overweight and obese, you know, come to think of it, you always need to remember this. When you're overweight and when you're obese, there's always something wrong in the body. And it makes your heart, it makes your liver difficult for them to function well. Kaya nagkakaroon siya ng maraming complications. And it's really very important for us to maintain a healthy weight. Now, nakakatulong po yung ating mga vegetables, yung mga plants natin, because nabubusog ka having a low-calorie food. Diba? Right. Mabigat siya sa tiyan, pero ang baba ng calories niya. Kumain ka ng isang pinggan ng mga vegetables, but just having only about 500 calories or 250 calories. Where in fact, kapag kumain ka ng isang plate ng mga meat, processed food, sa isang meal mo lang, naka 1,200 calories ka na. You just have to have 2,500 calories a day. Diba? Kaya by having this plant, by having these vegetables, it makes you maintain a healthy weight.
Okay, right? Doc. But what about
yes.
Oh, sorry, Doc. Question. What about if I am assigned to consume a lot of calories, or if I'm underweight, or say I'm a bodybuilder, or I'm an athlete who burns a lot of calories in a day? Is a plant-based diet still ideal, considering the calories are very low in most plants?
Well, actually, we can get a lot of calories naman din. Kasi the one I talked about, this one plate na ilang calories lang, these are the vegetables. So if you want to have more of the calories, you have to go on with the complex carbohydrates. So you have the kamote, you have the tubers, diba? You have the kamoting kahoy, the potatoes, you can even have yung ating mga saba. You know, there's a lot of choices to choose from sa ating mga vegetables. Actually, kaya nga, when we go with the plant-based, you should also be knowledgeable para at least you can have this combination at hindi ka magkaroon ng deficiency. All right? And then next, meron siyang mataas na fiber. So this is also one of the reasons why you will maintain a healthy weight, because with this fiber, nakakatulong siya for a better digestion. Diba? So ang gandang digestion process mo, maliit ang tiyan mo kasi you're doing your bowel movement every day. And although with this fiber, nakakatulong din siya para sa ating blood sugar. Mag-lower yung ating blood sugar, and even with the metabolism of fats, nakakatulong din yung ating fiber. That's why it's really important for us, you know, to have these fruits, to have these vegetables, to have these root crops, because of its fiber content. Okay? Right. And then next is, do we still have? Oh, yun. Low cancer risk. Siguro hindi naman siya kailangan explain pa. Again, because of the antioxidant that we get from the vegetables, it really boosts our immune system, and then it can fight the cancer. But we cannot really say that it will heal or treat the cancer, but it can just help your body to fight cancer. Right. Of course, we still need to have interventions, you know, from medical doctors, but also it's a complementary. It should be working hand in hand with this health professionals. Like we have our nutritionists, our medical doctors, our naturopaths. You know, everyone should have their part when it comes to this kind of treatment in treating cancer. But basically, when we talk about plant-based, it can really help your immune system to be increased or to fight these cancer cells in our bodies.
Yeah, and exactly. Next, I think it's part of a very holistic lifestyle. Because I know some cancer patients, for example, I've heard their stories where they have cancer because of their lifestyles. For example, they smoke or they drink or they're eating a lot of processed meats. And then they're taking all these treatments, but they don't change their lifestyle. They're still continuing with the same things that caused them cancer in the first place.
Exactly. So it seems like they're also still feeding their cancer cells, diba? So they're trying to stop yung activity ng cancer cells, but the problem is without changing the lifestyle and the diet, still they're feeding the cancer cells. So later on, we will talk about ano ba yung nag-feed sa mga cancer cells natin and what are the things still that can help, to fight cancer cells and other benefits of the plant-based diet.
Yes. But first, we'll take a commercial break.
Patuloy pa rin ang laban natin sa COVID-19. And together, we can beat the solution.
B. Bawal walang mask.
I. Isanitize sa mga kamay. Iwas hawak sa mga bagay.
D. Dumistansya ng 1 metro.
A. Alamin ang totoong impormasyon tungkol sa COVID-19.
Protektahan natin ang sarili at mga mahal sa buhay.
B-I-D-A, be the solution sa COVID-19.
Ako po si Leslie Espina, 25 years old po, 4 na po ang aking anak. Yung bunso ko po, dapat 2 years old na po siya. Nagkaroon siya ng tigdas, tapos inubo po siya ng grabe. Yun na hanggang sa nagtuloy-tuloy, tapos pumikit na siya, hindi na siya gumalaw ulit. Sobrang sakit. Hindi ko dapat siya pinabaya. Sana napa-injection ako sa pabakunahan. Kasi yung bakuna talaga mahalaga sa bata.
Wellness Wednesdays with Organique. We care because you matter.
Hi, welcome back from our commercial break. And I just want to take note here that while the threat of COVID-19 is still very much real, it's important not to lose sight of the fact that there are still various other preventable diseases, such as measles, rubella, polio, that could still lead to outbreaks and put more lives at risk. That said, awareness, information dissemination, education, and immunization are critical for prevention of these diseases. So we'd like to turn your attention to DOH's continued efforts to fight these diseases, who will be hosting a supplemental immunization activity on the 26th of October to the 25th of November, 2020. That's for our phase 1. And for phase 2, that's going to be February 1st to the 28th of 2021. Please be a part of Chikiting Ligtas and let's work together to protect our youth against vaccine-preventable diseases. Hi, Coach. Welcome back. Let's greet our viewers first. I see that there's more of them pouring in. So, Amelda Cruz, you keep commenting. Hi, welcome. Thanks for sharing our video. Cram Mai, hello, our top fan over here. See Joseph Castro. We have Tid Onazol. We have Nika Abad, Lore Kare Legaspi Bulaklak. And so many more, but we have to move on, and we can address more of the comments later in our Q&A.
Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
Luisa, I just also want to greet my friend. She's watching from
Okay.
Seattle, Washington, the U.S. She's
Wow.
now Joanne Soto Moffett. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, long distance.
Yes, so going back.
Yeah, okay. So where were we? Right. So who is required to do a plant-based diet?
All right, so when we talk about, when you ask this question, who's required to do a plant-based diet, again, there's no specific answer for this. If you just love yourself and if you just want to prolong your life, if you want to have a quality life in the future, then you can do a plant-based diet. Again, you don't need to be sick. You don't need to be, a PWD and have a lot of these problems for you to have this plant-based diet. So even for kids, even for young adults, for senior citizens, you can have, or you can do your plant-based diet. And actually, I would really recommend to start it for those young people, for the children, because it will be much easier for them, especially like in my case, I've been a vegetarian when I was in the 4th grade. And then we've been into vegetarianism for about 4 years. So nung nag-high school ako, and when I go to college, I started eating meat again. But then anytime that there's a need for me to go back to being a vegetarian, it would be much easier for me because I already have this foundation of being a vegetarian. So,
Right.
even for children, you can start doing a vegetarianism or be a vegetarian. And I've been seeing questions here in our live stream that there's a question about it's really difficult for them to feed their children with these vegetables. So later on, we will also give some tips on how you can feed them without them knowing that they've been eating vegetables already.
Right.
So, it's just a matter of being creative. It's a matter of, being artistic on how you
Yeah.
on how you prepare the food.
Yeah, actually, for me, Doc, the first time I specifically remember this, the first time I willingly ate a vegetable when I was a child is I saw an episode of Powerpuff Girls, and
Yeah.
there were broccoli aliens coming from space, and then so the Powerpuff Girls were eating the vegetables, and I'm like, oh, mommy, I want to try that. It was like
Nice.
yeah, but when I bit into the broccoli, it was I'm so wrong to it. So I was like, oh no, I don't want this.
Oh, you had it fresh. You had it raw.
Yeah, so but luckily what my mom did was she covered it in cheese sauce.
Oh yeah.
And then since then I've loved broccoli. I've loved any green vegetable because I really associate that memory with the Powerpuff Girls.
Well, thank you to Powerpuff Girls.
Exactly. And then but Doc, what do you think of, because some people say that vegetarianism or plant-based diets stunt children's growth. I've heard some people say that no, you have to eat meat if you want to grow taller, if you want to be healthy.
Well, for me, that's a myth because you can
Right.
still have all those macronutrients or macronutrients present in our vegetables. So, for example, if you want to have a protein in your diet, well, you can have these green leafy vegetables. You can have the broccoli. It's really rich in protein. You can also have the legumes. You can also have the nuts, even the quinoa or the seeds or the soy. There's a lot to choose from. And say, for example, you need calcium. Well, we all know that calcium could be, you can get calcium from green leafy vegetables at the same time. And when you ask for iron, well, spinach has a high source of iron. So it's a myth that you will be having these kind of deficiencies with these nutrients because you're into the plant-based. So again, it's a matter of having this knowledge where you can have, these choices of vegetables where you can get all these nutrients that you need.
Right. So what you mentioned about iron. So if I'm, for example, anemic, right?
Yes.
That's a big problem that I know at least 1/3 of the world is anemic. Iron
Well,
deficient.
actually, yeah, you can have the spinach, you can have the collards, you can have the kale, you can have potatoes. So there's a lot to
Right.
choose from. But basically, being anemic is not just about the food that you eat, it's also about the lifestyle. There's a lot of factors that you need to consider when you want to address anemic or anemia. And food is just one of those things that you need to consider. But again, it's a holistic approach. You cannot
Right.
just address one problem by just addressing one of the root cause. So it
Right.
should
And
be
then yes, and we have to have a whole meal of vegetables. It can't just be only this
yes,
vegetable, right?
exactly,
Like
exactly.
I remember before in college, I tried to go vegetarian, and then I was having like French fries. That's vegetarian.
You're just having your own favorite, but it cannot be like that. It should be,
Yes.
there should be a variety of vegetables for you to have this a balanced nutrition
Mm-hmm.
that you can get, diba? Kasi the reason why we have these deficiencies because it's not balanced. So
Mm-hmm.
dapat may knowledge tayo on how we can make a balanced diet and how we can have this combination of fruits and vegetables for us to supply all the nutrients that we need for us to be healthy.
Yes. And exactly like I think for example, one tip that I learned was I'm more prone to anemia cases, but I want to strive for a more plant-based diet. One tip that I learned is that if you consume vitamin C together
Mm-hmm.
with iron-rich foods, that increases your absorption of iron. So for example, if you have orange
Yes.
juice or you increase
Yes.
put tomatoes there or mangoes.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes.
Which means to say that each of the vegetables or the fruits, they also complement each other. 'Di ba? Hindi
Yes.
siya
Yes.
yung magkaaway sila unlike with others na bawal to, bawal yan. There are some vegetables and fruits that really complement. Mas maganda yung absorption natin when we also have this kind of fruit or this kind of vegetables. So, you just have to have this knowledge. That's why this webinar or this, presentation or program of yours is really very helpful for us to be equipped and educated at the same time. And of course, diba, when we talk about plant-based, you have nothing to lose when you do the plant-based. Diba? If you
Yeah.
want your skin to glow like Miss Louisa, it's plant-based.
No,
Or
Doc,
when you
that's
have to
you.
when you have to have more energy, it's plant-based. When you have to
Right.
have a good shape or maybe a healthy weight, plant-based. There's a lot of benefits that you can get from being plant-based. But again, there's a lot of ways or maybe there's also preparation or steps on how you can be consistent of being a plant-based. Kasi ayaw natin yung ningas kugod. From the start
Mhm.
lang, then after the start, after that, kapag na-bored ka na or nakonsume na lahat ng gusto mong mga recipes, then suko ka na. You go back to the
Yes.
diet that you used to have before.
So how do we become more consistent then in maintaining our plant-based diet?
All right, I have this acronym with this. Ito yung gusto ko talaga discuss sa kanila. From the plant-based, of course, I have this acronym na PLANT. All right, so
Right.
para hindi nyo makalimutan. So P, it stands for personal conviction. So you should really know the reason why you're into plant-based. So basically, it's about your health, it's about your family, it's about your target maybe or your goal in the future na gusto mo na mas healthy ka when you grow old and you can enjoy your retirement. Diba? It's personal conviction. You should really have this kind of commitment. So when you're committed, hindi yung konting problem lang is bibigay ka na kaagad. Diba? Because you're fully convicted and you're committed. L, love to yourself. So when you love yourself, of course, you don't want to be sick. You want to be productive. You want to get rich. Not only with the money, but rich ka sa mga nutrients that you need sa katawan mo for you to be healthy. And of course, loving yourself is like this. Kung mahal mo sarili mo, why you keep on eating junk foods? Saan ba nilalagay yung junk, Miss Louisa? Di ba you put them in a garbage? In a trash
Exactly.
can, di ba?
Yes.
So, come to think of it, when you keep on eating junk foods or processed food, it's like you're making yourself a big junk shop or a trash can, di ba? Ay, ano yung mga
Yeah.
trash? Those are useless things, di ba? Mga delikado yun. So, it's even in the Bible that it says that our body is a temple of God. So, if it's a temple of God, bakit mo nilalagyan ng mga junk? Di ba? We should really love ourselves. A, it stands for activities. So eating plant-based or having plant-based, eating vegetables is not enough for you to be healthy. Of course, you also need to have physical exercises. Hindi pwede kain ka ng kain and you're just sitting down all day long. So no. So dapat talaga it should be complementary, it should be holistic. So dapat talaga may physical exercises tayo. And also activities. It's also about, attending mga seminars like this or yung mga workshops natin because you need to be equipped. Once you enter having this plant-based diet, you need to have this information, this knowledge when it comes to proper combination, or maybe yung mga other techniques or strategies on how you can prepare food easier and mas masarap kainin kasi it's not really good to eat bland, yung mga walang lasa and boring kind of food. So, having plant-based doesn't mean to say that you're eating a boring kind of food, di ba?
Yeah.
And also, yung ating nutrient conscious tayo dapat. So when you eat processed food, you always need to look at the nutrient, content niya, ano ba yung meron doon, how many calories, how many fats, how many saturated fats, sodium. You need to be nutrient conscious because in that way, it would really prevent you na kumain ng mga junk foods. And last, this is not easy. We need to have a good temperance. Diba? Temperance is about how you overcome this temptation. Diba? I'm sure, Miss Luisa, you have these cheat days. We all have these cheat days. Diba? And it's not easy for us to overcome this kind of food, especially if nasa party tayo. Nasa birthday celebration. It's really hard, right? Because we don't have any choices. And then also one thing is that if your peers or your friends or your family is not really into plant-based diet, so parang minsan nagkakaroon ka ng mga temptation o parang wala kang choice. So you really need to have a good temperance para ma-overcome mo yung mga temptation na yan. Again, it's not really, I'm not saying that avoid it 100%. But as much as we can, it really depends on your conviction, then much better pa rin. So this is the plan. This is how you can be consistent with your plant-based diet. You just have to remember this PLANT acronym.
Right. So that's how we keep to our diet. But what does a good diet look like? What would a good plate look like if we were in a healthy plant-based diet, Doc?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Here, so we have this healthy eating plate that we have. So as you can see, it's like about 60% of your diet should be vegetables. So as you can see over here. And then part of that is you'll be having the nuts. So about 40% of that will be the nuts. And then some of it, you know what, sabi nga sa masteral namin sa public health, every time we eat, don't forget that you need to have at least 25% of your food or your meal as fruits.
Oh,
so dapat pala, in every meal that we have, 25% of that are fruits. So ganun pala yun. But then, sa atin kanina, Miss Luisa, nung nag-lunch ka, do you have fruits? Ako wala.
Yeah, parang wala. But then usually when I'm at home, I have fruits with me, right?
Yes. So, it's not really easy for you if you want to be healthy. Kasi dapat accessibility, convenience, and then all those kind of food should be really available for you to have this complete diet, this perfect meal diet or healthy eating plate, which is like this, diba? So you can see most of nakalagay sa plate niya are the vegetables, diba? It's more than even 50%. And then after the vegetables natin, so we have the grains, we have the nuts, and we have the complex carbohydrates. And then after that, a few of itong fruits naman natin. So that should be the composition, that should be the laman of your plate. So if kumakain po tayo every meal natin, that should be the composition of a healthy eating plate. More of the fruit, more of the vegetables, and then the grains natin, and complex carbohydrates, and then naman yung atin naman mga fruits. So again, don't forget, 25% at least of your meal should have fruits.
Right. And I find that usually nowadays I treat my fruit as a dessert. So like you always end up kind of incorporating fruits into your meals. Kasi it's matamis, diba?
Yes. Actually, ginagawa is pangtanggal ng umay. Diba? Pagka kumakain sila. But again, that's not healthy. When you eat your fruits, when you eat your fresh salads, that should be always before your meal. Because it has the enzymes needed for you to have a better digestion and faster digestion. So dapat mas magaling mga fruits and mga vegetable salad mo before meal, and then after that you eat your main dish. Para pag nag-main dish ka na, nandun na yung enzymes. Enzymes are the catalyst. Ibig sabihin pampabilis ng digestion process natin. Because most of the time, kapag kinain natin yung mga fruits natin afterwards ng meal natin or after ng meal natin, nagkakaroon siya ng chemical reaction that oftentimes that leads to acidity.
Right. And I've actually heard about that. That's how some meals are prepared, no? Like for example, yung pineapple, my enzymes, so they decide to put pineapple in there because it softens the meat. It helps partially digest it. So when we eat, for example, fruits before our main dish, then we end up pre-digesting our food na, and then doesn't stick too much in our stomach. We don't get bloated.
Yes, exactly. And we also already have the fiber, which is also very much needed when it comes to our digestion process. So that's a
Right.
proper way. Actually, there's a good combination of our the sequence of food eating before. When every time I do my lecture or my seminar, I always have this food sequence. So first, you need to start it with drinking of water, and then next is your salads, and then next is your main dish, and then after eating, remember this: you just have to drink half glass of water. So maybe that's for your supplements or others, but then just half glass of water. And then after an hour, you drink another glass. Bakit? Because too much drinking of water during the mealtime or after mealtime would just cause delay of digestion. Kaya marami sa atin, even though they're not drinking beer, still mas lumalaki yung tiyan nila. It's because of too much water while eating. These are just few tips, simple tips na kapag di natin alam, it could really be very unhealthy for our body.
Right. Well, thanks, Doc. I've noticed we have some questions here, so might as well move forward with our Q&A. So here we have Tim Tem, Coach Harris, Doc, does veggies be harmful when they're cooked? Can they be harmful?
Well, actually, no. But again, too much of good, too much of bad can be also harmful.
Right.
Diba? So ganun naman talaga yun. Too much of everything is also harmful. But of course, it's not. It's not. Especially, there are some vegetables that can be eaten raw. But then there are some vegetables that cannot be eaten raw.
Right.
Diba? So you just have to select. You just have to, know kung ano pwede mo kainin raw.
Can you give us an example of vegetables?
Like yung mga lettuce natin, the one that we use for the salad, so we can eat them raw. But then when it comes to your talong or the eggplant, it's really hard for you to eat it raw, di ba? Yung mga string beans natin, you can eat that raw. O yung mga okra natin na very, very young, you can eat that raw. So there are some talaga that you can eat raw. There are some that you cannot eat raw.
Right, okay. And then also something I heard, because I used to work in a restaurant when I was studying in university, is there's a lot of food illnesses that can actually be transmitted through raw vegetables. But it's not the problem of the raw vegetables, it's the problem of the handler. Kasi people aren't washing them properly. They look pretty, they look fresh, they're not washing them. So vegetables that are uncooked, like salads, they're not necessarily harmful, but you have to make sure also that you're handling them properly. Because when you cook your vegetables, you're already killing the germs.
Yes.
Diba?
And also, I think it's really more on the parasitic infection when you eat them raw, especially if you did not clean those, especially yung mga kangkong, mga talbos, di ba yung mga nakikita natin sa mga medyo basang area, basang lupa. So yun, dapat talaga malinis sila. Ito yung question kanina. Sabi niya, so yeah, I have difficulty of eating vegetables for my kids. What's the easiest way to enjoy the veggies? Well, actually, I have plant-based recipes that you can check on and try with sa aking YouTube channel, if I can promote it, Miss Luisa. So you can watch my plant-based. I have on my YouTube channel, Coach Harris Acero. It's a plant-based Filipino bola-bola. Okay? So you can try it at home. Hindi niya malalasahan yung gulay because yung iba, lasang damo, ayoko niyan, lasang damo. Of course, hindi nila malalasahan yun. And others, meron ako mga veggie fruit shake. Ito, mabilis lang. Veggie fruit shake, it's a combination of talbos ng kamote, dahon ng sili, saluyot at malunggay. And then you blend it with hinog na saging na saba and pineapple. So I promise you, hindi mo malalasahan yung mga dahon-dahon niya. It's because it's being neutralized by your saba and your pineapple. So may enjoy nila yun. So marami tayong mga tips that you can learn. You can subscribe sa aking YouTube channel na Coach Harris Acero and makita nyo doon yung mga menus, yung mga recipes natin ng mga plant-based na makakatulong din sa inyong family.
And Tid, for children, I find that it usually helps to introduce your kids to vegetables and fruits as early as possible. Because I have like younger cousins and their babies, the first things they're being fed are vegetables and they love it. They're looking for it. Another thing is also to trick their eyes. So I've seen other parents, they put sprinkles on their vegetables. I don't know if it works so much.
Actually, you just have to be You just have to be creative at the same
Be
time.
creative with
Creative
children.
and artistic, and of course, you just need to have techniques sa pagre-ready ng mga food ninyo. Kasi minsan, pati yung looks pa lang, very convincing na siya na mapakain natin yung mga
Yeah. For example, if your kids love eating meat, you can you can make a veggie burger. Doesn't look
Yes.
like a vegetable. What I used to do is I used to make fried rice, but without any meat. So
Yes,
people they think
exactly.
it's very vegetables. Okay, moving on to our next question. I'm naturally anemic. Is it safe for me to be vegetarian? Will my iron be affected? So I think we talked about this.
Yes.
Doc.
We have a lot of vegetables that can really supply your nutrient need. And hindi lang yan, marami din. Actually, we have molasses. You know molasses?
Oh yes, they're
Molasses
very
is also
high
a
in
good
iron.
source of iron. It came from sugarcane. So nakakatulong din yun. You just have to have, you just need to ask experts para kung ano ba yung mga pwedeng i-provide sa'yo from the vegetables or other supplements naman din.
Doc, what about pregnant women? I know anemia is a concern for them. Are they
Yes.
allowed to have plant-based diets also?
Yes, of course. Well, they can have ampalaya, they can have malunggay, they can have yung ating mga saluyot, and then they can also have this molasses. Diba? So there's a lot actually to choose from. You just need to have this knowledge kung ano ba yung mga sources. And we have, mga researches and studies na makikita po ninyo over the internet. You just have to look for it.
Okay. So Imelda, best tandem. Doc, I think that's a sign we should have another Wellness Wednesday. Thanks for sharing your knowledge on how to boost our immune system. I love the topic. Promise.
Thank you very much.
Imelda. Thank you. We appreciate the comment.
I have to ask my manager if they would allow me again. But just kidding. My manager is myself.
Of course. So Doc, that's it for our Q&A. Do you have any last words or takeaway?
All right, so don't be afraid when you do your plant-based. Again, you don't need to be sick for you to have this plant-based diet. And don't be afraid to try, different kind of diets. And you'll never be wrong when it comes to vegetables because it's God-given. So talagang walang problema po doon. Talagang our body is designed to eat vegetables and fruits and other yung mga nuts natin and grains natin. And of course, again, I would like to invite you to please subscribe sa aking po YouTube channel if you want to have access sa mga plant-based recipes natin. It's all there, yung mga physical activities and exercises natin. And also inviting you to watch yung aking every Saturday na show, Miss Luisa, sa DZMM Teleradio. It's Your Daily Dose. I'm having every Saturday show. It's 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning, wherein we also discuss lifestyle management and wellness at the same time. Okay, so again, thank you very much, and thank you, Wellness Wednesdays.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Organique, for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge with you guys. And thank you, Dr. Luisa. Kasi yung partner kasi is Luisa din ang name eh. Thank you, Miss Luisa, for this very entertaining and napakagandang discussion natin.
Yes, exactly. And I hope we can see you in another episode. I mean, Imelda is requesting for it.
Stay safe, everyone. God bless. All right, and be healthy all the time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for everyone to participating in our game earlier. We'll be revealing the winners of that later. Thank you for everyone also for commenting, asking questions, paying attention. We appreciate that. Now for takeaways, please comment your takeaways also. Are you going to transition to a plant-based lifestyle, plant-based diet? Personally, for me, I think that was kind of relieving. Kasi, but the concern for myself is that I'm more prone to anemia. And so, the iron is a big concern for me. But then Doc was saying that what's important is that we educate ourselves on what kind of plants are good for us, fruits, vegetables, legumes, or root vegetables, so that we can make sure that we maintain a healthy and balanced diet for our plant-based. And it doesn't have to be only vegan, like strictly vegan, strictly vegetarian. My flexibility. There's room for whatever my lifestyle is. There's also room for improvement. If I'm not living the healthiest diet now, then I can start that in my next meal. Now, to announce our winners for the Organique gift pack. Okay. Here. So Thank you, Bernal Lumang, for sharing your story about Organique and your journey with it. So you've been taking the drink since 2017, and now you're taking the capsules. Thank you for trying out both of our products. It energizes my body and revitalizes and nourishes. Okay, great. So actually, this is same with me with Organique. I don't really have any underlying or chronic diseases. I use it as a daily regimen for maintenance, for energy, and to revitalize my body. I find that when sobrang akong pagod, then it's super helpful, especially throughout the day. Thank you for being a loyal customer, and I hope that we get to see you in our next Wellness Wednesdays, and hopefully show off your gift pack. Okay, who are our other ones? Oh, this is very long. Justiniana Marcos. So my husband and I are frontliners. He's a truck driver and I am his helper. Thank you so much for all of the work that you have helped in this pandemic. We couldn't have maintained our new normal and our quarantine without you. First of all, saying that nothing can stop us as we deliver essential goods. Yes, thank you to the hospitals and offices. We've been a team, and it always makes us smile knowing that through our service, we're able to help other people through this pandemic. Because your jobs are risky, we can't just work from home. Oh, okay. Thank you. So we're proud to tell everyone that Organique Acai Capsules has been our best buddy over the years. It helps us in so many ways. Taking this makes us super healthy and makes us feel younger inside and out. Plus, nothing beats all the benefits of acai capsules. Above all, it keeps us healthy and happy and makes us energetic at this age. And also, we consider it our protection against any kind of viruses, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. For us, it's one of a kind and truly one of the best products we've tried in our whole life. So thank you, Justiniana Marcos and Mr. Marcos, your husband. Thank you for being on the front line. And we're so proud and happy that our Organique Acai, our capsules are out there supporting our frontliners. We want to support you even more with a gift pack. So thank you for participating in this. So Concepcion Tria. I've been using Organique Acai for more than 4 years now. It's included in my daily intake of vitamins. Ever since I use this product, my weight has been well managed and I feel energized every day. It's been a staple in my whole family. I started to introduce this to my husband and he's starting to like it. As long as we're still alive, Organique Acai will surely stay with us. Well, thank you. I hope that for your entire family, it's really helping everyone in the family to maintain their energy and their weight. And I hope that you can continue to maintain that with your gift pack. Thank you, Concepcion Tria. Vivian Supera Del Carmen. Been using Organique Acai for almost 3 years now. It boosts our immune system. We love the taste, and our 14-year-old son takes it every day. That's great. I've heard lots of children and teenagers also like the taste, and that's what we were hoping for when we initially formulated the product, that it's something that everyone of every age could enjoy. So I hope your immune system continues to stay up there with the new gift packs. So Elena Maria, same month, few years ago, I learned more about Organique. It was when we participated in the fun run and got supplements as freebies. That kicked off the healthier lifestyle we are embracing right now, coupled with good food, enough sleep, staying away from bad vibes. I think Organique supplements are one of my pillars to achieving the healthiest version of myself. Thank you, Elena. Actually, maybe we should have a fun run when we are allowed to gather in crowds again. Hopefully that will entice more people into a healthier lifestyle. I'm so proud of you for maintaining that. So, okay, so here are our winners for today. Just a summary again, we have Elena, Vivian, Concepcion, Justiniana, and Bernal. Thank you so much for the participants. And hopefully in our next game, maybe you guys, if you haven't won, then maybe you'll be the next winners. So we also have here our Organique Acai Super Pack, which is exclusively available at Watson's. Now you're going to get the bottle, our bottle right here. You're going to be getting this bottle as well as our new acai choco and acai coffee sachets in there. And it's perfect for the holiday season, especially in this pandemic. Please spread the gift of health. Anyways. Okay, so speaking of wealth, please try checking out our landing pages on Facebook for a chance to be one of our resellers. So if you love Organique acai products and you want to share them with the world and you want to make a little extra source of income, especially during this pandemic, feel free to inquire and be one of our resellers. So don't forget to share the health and spread the wealth. Now, I just wanted to thank you to all our viewers for participating in this. And I know I'm not the usual host, but thank you for watching anyways. I hope you will continue to live a healthy lifestyle, and hopefully this will entice you into the plant-based lifestyle. Now, thank you everyone, and have a nice night.
Wellness Wednesdays with Organique. We care because you matter.